absolute sense that it is chitta and cetasikas by conditions, and then there is no confusion. But people will always say, yes, but the perfections have to be developed. But I think there's the same answer. It's not by itself, but by chitta and cetasikas. So long as they remember that, I think there is no confusion. But it may be an interesting point if Ajahn can elaborate a little more about it.
I think that in order to understand the truth of what we said, it has to be this moment, to be sure whether what is there now is known as it is, or no idea at all, or just seeing. But what is it? What is there has its own characteristic, which is different from other moments, other reality. That's why we just talk about the truth of what is there in a moment in life, from moment to moment. For example, right now, what is there? If we just say no one there at all, but what is it which is there? It's no one, but what is its characteristic as it cannot be taken for anyone. That's why just be truthful to the truth of what is there as it is. It says it, but what is it? So very, very subtle that no one can think about it. That there must be a reality which experiences an object. So without that reality which arises and experiences an object, can there be seeing right now? So in truth, what is seeing? That which sees, it arises. If it does not arise, there cannot be seeing. And this very moment, what is there? It's seeing, but it is a reality. And what reality is it? It does not like, it does not hate, it does not such and such, but it's just there, sees, beginning to be truthful to the reality which sees. It is a reality which experiences the object which is seen any moment when it is there. It has a reason by conditions to experience that object, only that, and then gone. Because the other moment, thinking, hearing, it's not seeing. That's why learn to understand what is there in life. It's not just belief, but it's so true. What is there in life? Seeing. Before seeing, there's no seeing. And after seeing, it's not seeing. Where is it? Just a moment ago, it's there. And now, where is it? At moment of hearing. Just consider the truth. Getting closer to understand the difference between each moment which appears in order to understand what we used to take it for I see, I think, I like. In truth, it's not there all the time. It's there only when it's there arising to be such and then gone, different ones. Hatred, it's not anger, it's not aversion. And where are they now? It's there just at the moment when it's there. And if it does not arise, how can it be there? But it's not always there because it's gone while we are talking now. At moment of thinking about the word and the idea and what is said, it's not seeing. But seeing seems to be there. But they are different from hearing and considering. Learn to understand that in life, whatever is there is so very, very mixed up. Never show up as just only one at a time, arising and falling away. So what is the truth? What is the absolute truth? No matter anyone knows or not, is it not there? The moment of birth is not this moment. And yesterday's experiences is not now, different one. Just learn to understand the truth. See, to develop, to enroot the truth of what is there is just for a moment, only a moment and then gone. Is this the truth of life? Just develop understanding gradually, little by little, to be firm enough to understand gradually, closer and closer to its characteristic as it's now appearing. But it's so far away because there's no thought about it, no word to understand it, because it's there, it sees and then gone. That's why it lives naturally as by conditions from each moment. Moment of seeing by condition, moment of thinking by condition. So all are there in life from life to life is only the reality which is conditioned to arise, to be only that and then gone, never to return at all. Just, is it true? That's all. To be truthful to the truth gradually, little by little, to understand that actually it is there once in samsara when it's there, and then gone, never to arise again. Is it true? That's all. So listen again about what is there in life again to understand whether it's true or not. That's all. It's the way to understand the truth as no one there at all. Because firm understanding of the reality which experiences an object right now, it's there by conditions. Only that, but only that is enrooted from moment to moment to let go the idea of self. So deeply unknown how it works right now and on, conditioned by the past, accumulated until this moment of understanding of the truth, little by little. Is that true? Only that. That's why we just talk about it again and again to get closer and closer, to have more confidence of the truth, which is quite far away from the moment when right understanding is strong and keen enough to understand just one reality. And it's different from now. Is that true? That's all. And that the understanding of the truth is right understanding of Satya, the truth, and with confidence, adidana, with virya, because it's no one, but it's a reality which sees the benefit of understanding the truth. It conditions a little more understanding of letting go at moment of understanding a little more. Naturally, by its own way, no one, because no one at all to do anything. It's only conditioned reality. Is it true? Even at moment of birth and keep on going on and on and on by conditions until now and tomorrow, next year and so on to next life by conditions. Just, is it true? And this is the way right understanding develops gradually, secretly, until it conditioned moment of clear understanding of that which has been heard long time ago, and even this life, on and on and on. As that can be the understanding of the truth of what is there right now, there can be a little more understanding of just only one reality at a time. Even now, it seems that there are so many things around. But when there is a moment of being aware of just one characteristic, it's different from no awareness at all. Even there are many things around, but the moment of being aware is just a moment. Like hearing now, a moment. Seeing now, a moment. Thinking now, a moment. Gone, everything. But they are accumulated from moment to moment to be strong or less when there's more understanding, less ignorance, and just very little detachment from wrong understanding and clinging to whatever is there as usual, little by little. Is it there right now compared to many years ago? So very gradual because what has been accumulated is so very long time ago, so very sticky. Just touch it little by little in order to wash away the stain of ignorance and all kinds of akusla. Only by understanding. Without understanding, there are more moments to accumulate kusla and ignorance. Each moment of seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching. Just, is it true? Why do we talk about it? To understand what is there, that it's there already, how much understanding of it. And it can be a little more understanding, no doubt about the moment of attachment and moment of awareness and moment of beginning to be aware of an object, no matter how many little moments, not many moments at all, some moment only, no matter it's in a year or in a month or in a day, depends on conditions. That's why this moment is conditioned to condition moment of directly understand what is there, because it's still there. Even it's not the same one, but the nimitta of that is there to be known. That seeing is not hearing. It's not that which is seeing. It is just talking about what is there behind the curtain until it's opened up little by little, gradually. So what is there? A reality, experiences, an object for sure, any moment, but its characteristic is not precisely known yet. But there it is, seeing, experiencing an object. But before seeing, what is that? There must be the reality which arises for sure at birth. Nothing is seen at that very moment, heard, and so on. But later on, when there are conditions for that which arises and experience the unknown object, arise to experience the object which is there by conditions. Different moment, but they are the reality which experience an object, no matter the object is known or unknown, like now. We just think about that which experiences whisper, object, or sound. But before that, the nature of that, which the object is not there to appear, so it appears to be known. But no one thought about it yet until the moment of right understanding of a reality begins to develop, to understand a little more of what is there as different ones. We can say there are two kinds of realities. One arises to experience an object. The other is that it has a reason to be there, such hardness and softness, and then gone, everything. The difference between the two is not clear yet. That's why we learn to hear more, consider more, to understand the different stages of understanding, the intellectual understanding, and the actual understanding of a characteristic when it's there as the object right now. Can anyone hurry up understanding, viriya, and so on, to understand what is there now? The more understanding, the more letting go, the idea of try to do something to understand it, but to hear and consider little by little about the truth until the truth is so firm. And at moment of understanding directly, it is the moment of what has been developed enough to understand that at that very moment. Even right now, it can be known. The moment with awareness of a reality and the moment without awareness of the truth of what is there. Not only the word, but the moment when it's there. To be truthful, that's all. And this is the path to understand what is there. One day, by conditions of have less attachment and ignorance, try so hard to experience it, it's wrong. Because ignorance and attachment cannot understand whatever is there now. It hinders instantly when it's there. Just as it said, as it has been talked about.
And I think this is the point relating to Nina's topic, because the accumulated tendency of wrong understanding of and clinging to the self is so strong that just thinking that the understanding is not self and nothing can be done is not enough. There has to be the direct understanding of realities. And people may hear that the understanding has to develop naturally, but there has to be the development of the paramis, the perfections. So then they have the idea that there has to be more effort made or more confidence, or there has to be more truthfulness and so on. But each reality has to arise naturally. Each reality is anatta. So no one can make an effort. No one can have more confidence. No one can have more truthfulness. The paramis have to develop with understanding from the very beginning that no one is there, no one can do anything at all. And that understanding can only develop by understanding what appears now, such as the seeing now, or what is seen now, the hearing, or what is heard now. Without the firmer and firmer understanding, there will always be the idea of someone doing something.
And at the moment of understanding, not the moment of doing, it's there, all kinds of realities, no one at all. Viriya is there, Manasikara is there, Satya is there. They all wholesome moments, no one at all. It's there by conditions. That's why it seems like one doesn't do anything at all. But at the moment of hearing, considering, or thinking, and with wise consideration, it's there by condition. How wise it is, how careful it is, by condition, gradually develops. Otherwise, it's not yet enough.
And this is the way that there's less and less idea or thought about doing or trying or practice or having more of this or that, because the understanding becomes firmer and firmer, developing together with the other paramis so very naturally.
And how subtle it is, the path, and this is the path, the only way to understand the truth of the Four Noble Truths. Quite opposite to what one thinks that it has to be done with strength and energy and so on. But it's there, no understanding of the truth, it's I, underlying all the time. So very deeply. That's why the Dhammas are so very subtle. And this understanding is a condition to develop by itself gradually, little by little, to get closer to the Four Noble Truths. Because it's so true. And only right understanding can understand that. But there must be other conditions for panya or right understanding to arise too. It doesn't mean that you or I have to do anything with energy, but the energy, the virya is there, right one, not the wrong one. Samma virya, kusala virya, not akusala. So it's not just the word we talk about. It is the moment when it's there as wrong or right, virya. Without the understanding of the subtlety of realities we are talking about right now, one goes wrong. For sure. Because it's not understanding the subtlety of realities right now. One can say it's so subtle. And how subtle? Because it cannot be understood instantly as it is right now. How patience is there as parami. That's why no thought about try to work hard, try to sit or try to whatever one thing to understand the truth, because that is not the path, not samma tidhi, not samma vitakka, sankappa, and so on.
And as you were stressing, I think it was last week, it's all about understanding the reality, not the term, because it's useless just to remember words like virya or vitaka or satya. But what about what appears now? What about actually understanding the reality itself? Otherwise, the confidence can never develop, and there can never be the lessening of the idea of self or I doing something.
So it's there now, no matter it's the wrong or the right path.
Do you have any more comments, Nina? We can't hear you, Nina.
Ajahn stresses very much confidence, and we can repeat confidence. But do we really understand confidence in what or how to have confidence? Sada in Pali.
Because it's not the word, but it's the moment of understanding just one word or one reality deeper. For example, Dhamma, Anatta. See how much understanding of the truth. Whatever is there now, no one makes it arise at all. It's there by conditions. Without conditions, can it be just as it is right now? So confidence about the truth that no one can do anything or make anything arise at all. Because in truth, what we take for I and people and things are different dhammas. That's why understanding just like this, it adds more confidence. Little by little, the more understanding of the truth of what is there, a little more, it conditions a little more confidence of the truth. No other way at all. When it's there, wholesome reality, the unwholesome reality cannot be there at all. That's why all kinds of wholesomeness is so beneficial. At that very moment, no akusala. But all depends on understanding. Who can stop the conditions for akusala to arise? But the understanding of the truth can develop until it can understand that very moment, no matter what kusala or akusala of any level as it is. So it takes quite a long, long time to let go what is there accumulated from eons and eons and eons until now. And this kind of understanding is confidence of the truth. Each word of understanding of the truth right now is accumulated. And that's the way to have more kusala and understanding, because no akusala can arise together with moment of kusala. And this is where to have less akusala and panya can understand whatever is there. Little by little, as now, what is there is so real. Only that can lead to no thing to be done at all. Never to be done. Whatever is there by conditions. This is the confidence of the truth, which let go, the clinging to the idea of self, that try to do something quite opposite. The thought of trying to do, no understanding of Dhamma, no confidence of right understanding, that without right understanding, what is done is wrong understanding. Not letting go the idea of self and clinging to the result, would like to have more understanding and so on. Is it so subtle, the path? And the path of the four Ariya Satya is so very subtle, because it's just now like this, not different from this at all. And that can be the beginning of understanding how Satya Bharami is and how Viriya Bharami is, just the moment of understanding the truth, stage by stage, little by little. But it's there all the time in every life to be understood. As one heard about it before, to condition moment of beginning to hear again, think about it again. Because in a day, it cannot be thought about if we don't talk about it, if we don't breathe, if we don't have some idea at all about the truth. What is the truth? What is the absolute truth? And what is the meaning of the truth? And the truth of what? All are there this moment, unknown until it's known. How subtle it is, it appears now as it is, but no understanding of the truth as it is. And this is Viriya Bharami, Khanti Bharami. It can be known little by little. What is seen is only that which appears so short. But what appears now so long, not short. People and things, flowers, curtains, bedroom, or whatever is there, table, chairs, How come? The truth is the truth. One moment at a time arises and falls away. How fast it is. The world does not appear as it is. That's why I understand what is meant by the great virtues of the Buddha, the enlightened one. What he said can be known stage by stage. What is seen has to be only the reality which can be seen. Without seeing, who knows what is there? Because it's not seen. And in truth, it's just thinking about it. Who knows whether it's there or not? Only idea about it. But when it's there appearing, what experiencing it, it's real and it's no one. It's a reality, the hidden reality from birth. No one thought about it at all. Just heard the word Nama or Citta, the chief of experiencing. But if there's no thought about the truth, the true nature of it, no shape, no form, no attachment, no aversion, it's only that which experiences an object, no matter the object is known or not, but it has to be there. Otherwise, no life, no being at all, no living being at all. That's why learn to understand the very subtle reality, which is the chief of experiencing. Without it, there is no world, no matter heaven or hell or stars or moon at all. So it's there all the time, hidden from moment of birth on to death and on to other life, next life, and on, until the understanding of what is heard as there is a reality which experiences an object, but it is the chief of the reality which experiences the object. What does it mean? It means that there are realities which can experience the object, and they are different because one is the chief of experiencing. But it's not known. Even it sees, even it hears, even it thinks. That's why learn to understand what is there at moment of birth, to begin to understand the true nature of that which arises, even the object is not known. And while one is fast asleep, it's there. The object is not known. But the moment when there is something seen, it's there, different from the moment when the object is not known, to be the moment of experiencing an object by conditions, whether it is the sound or the smell or the taste or the visible object, just in a moment and then gone, and then it's become again, the object is not known, but the reality which is the chief of experiencing is there all the time, no matter this life or other life. And it's unknown until the enlightened one experienced the truth and thought about it. It's the chief of experiencing an object. So now, there can be the moment of understanding, seeing. No attachment, no aversion at all, because it's conditioned to arise to be just only a moment of seeing, only a moment of seeing. So the subtlety of the truth is that now it doesn't appear as a moment of seeing at all. That's why it's so subtle, but since it's so true, it can be known gradually, because when one closes one's eyes, they can be thinking. Or think the reality which experiences an object. At that moment of thinking, the object is known. But when there's no thinking, the object is not known. When there's no seeing, the object is not known. But there must be the reality, which is the chief. Everything is under its power, experiencing. directly of that which is seen as what is there seen or heard and so on. Begin to get closer to understand the hidden reality, the chief of experiencing, different from other realities which can experience the object but not as a chief, because it has its own characteristic and its own function, different from this one. That's why this one is citta, or mano, or vijnana, depending on what we talk about, seeing or not seeing, thinking, and so on. Different words to talk about different moments of that which arises just to experience, no matter the object is known or not. And this can be conditioned to get closer to understand it, no matter when it's there, experiencing an object. Beginning not to pay attention to what is the experience, to the experiencing itself. It's there, even right now, it's there. Little by little, because the teaching of the Buddha is so beautiful in the beginning, in the middle, and at the end. And we talk about the way to understand that which is there, not just only from hearing and considering, but to understand the characteristic of that which is there as different ones. So there can be a little more understanding of the difference between the four satipatthana. Without understanding citta, can there be the letting go of self? Can there be eradicated? Can it eradicate the wrong understanding, which take everything for I see, I hear, I think, I like? That's why the development of understanding stage by stage can condition moment of letting go gradually, wrong understanding. At moment of hearing, considering, no one can do anything. It's there. When it's there, there can be the attention to. It's there. Not I try to do, I try to understand. Different moments, different levels of understanding. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, Ajahn, it's very clear. But like you say, if there's no understanding of chittas or other realities, impossible to let go of the idea of self, because it'll always be I that is seeing, I that is doing good, I hearing. So there has to be understanding of the chittas themselves as anatta, just the moments of experiencing, the chief of experiencing the object. Jyotika, do you have any comments or any questions you'd like to bring up today?
Yes. I have a question, or maybe a check. If there is understanding, this understanding is not me.
Only the understanding is not you.
Yeah, the understanding is also not not me, not from me.
Only understanding is not you.
No, everything is not you.
Mm-hmm.
But the most important for me came up with the understanding is also not me. Understanding is not me. And who is speaking when there is speaking?
What is speaking? Nothing, or what? Speaks.
If you if there is saying something, it is not me.
Without thinking, can they be speaking?
No, I think.
At
Yes.
moment of what we take for speaking, what is there?
I don't know, maybe wisdom or greed or anger.
Without any reality, can they be speaking?
No, I don't think so.
That's right. There can be the understanding of what is meant by speaking. There can be thinking without speaking, right?
Yes, they can be thinking without speaking.
So we have to find out what is the difference between thinking without speaking and speaking.
But it is all not me. It is happening.
But if there's no understanding of what it is, can there be the letting go of that is not me? Because it's that, so it cannot be me.
Yeah. It is there and it cannot be me.
Can
Yeah.
there be any movement without chitta?
No.
So at moment of speaking, there must be the moving of the lips, for example.
Yeah.
And at moment of the lip move, is at moment of thinking.
No.
See, all are there unknown. Only a moment, a moment, a moment. That's why we learn to understand the different moments. Like at moment of thinking, no speaking. And at moment when there is speaking, there must be thinking for sure, but not only thinking,
Yeah.
different moments.
So, but the
So
whole. Okay. No, I thought this the whole process, what is happening is just being aware of there is an awareness of the process, what is going on.
but
But
without
even this
understanding,
awareness is not self.
yeah, but without understanding, can there be awareness of any reality as different ones?
No, sisters, that is the understanding.
That's why there must be the intellectual understanding of what is there to understand the moment of whatever is there as it is, no matter it is thinking or speaking.
But also the intellectual understanding is not me. It's nowhere me.
Enough? Just think like that. Is it enough? Or it has to be more understanding of what is there to really understand why it's not me or why it's not anything.
Yes.
So can the visible object be anyone?
Can there be visible object?
Can visible object be anyone or anything?
No.
So learning to understand this more, with more confidence, little by little, to understand the truth. What is seen is only that which is seen only at that very moment. It cannot belong to anyone at all because it's gone. Is it true?
So there is only seeing then, only seeing itself.
Without a little more understanding, with confidence, there cannot be moment of being aware of anything at all because right understanding, even intellectual understanding, is not enough to understand what is there now. That's why it needs the base of understanding is intellectual considering now about what is there as it is. At that moment of understanding, it let go at level of intellectual understanding gradually. And this is a path. a little more understanding, a little more understanding can be moment of understanding the truth when it's there, gradually to little by little, from the beginning of awareness to being more uh, acquainted and just very, very understand.
Is it really possible to understand that there is totally nothing what we can do? It's nothing.
What's the meaning of nothing?
Yeah, the doing.
It's there, right? Something, it doesn't mean nothing at all.
I don't know. I don't understand.
For example, is there a reality which experience an object right now?
There is hearing.
Okay, even it's not heard, it's not seen, it's not, but it arises to experience, right? Not to be heard, not to be seen. Is there that reality right now?
Yes, it will be there.
Is it known?
No, I don't think.
For example, at moment of seeing is there, but who knows? The characteristic of that which experiences the object.
It
Because
must,
at that moment, the object is known, it appears. Sound is there known because it appears, but that which experience sound is there.
yeah,
Does it appear now?
yeah.
Is the reality which experiences now appearing?
Yes, I think.
What appears sound or that which experience sound?
There must be.
Right
What?
now, sound appears or the
Yes.
reality which experiences sound appear.
Yeah, that is the hearing.
Sound appear or hearing appears.
Yes.
One reality at a time can
Yes.
appear together in a moment. So
Yes.
now sound is heard, right?
Yes.
Does that which experience sound appear?
No, it must be there.
That's why it even is there, it does not appear to ignorance, only to right understanding. Can it be seen?
No,
Can it be heard?
I don't know. I think it is in the hearing, but
That's why it is there from moment of birth, unknown all the time. If it's not known, there must be the idea of I see, not that reality which arises and to see, right?
yeah, yeah,
And when this is true, it conditions a little more confidence of the truth that what is there is so very subtle. Whatever appears now does not appear as it is at all. When
yeah.
the sound is heard, we think about the meaning of the sound instantly. Instantly, see, no attention to the sound as sound because there is the understanding of the meaning of the sound so quickly,
Yeah.
one after the other. That's why it's hidden from moment to moment of the truth of what is there from birth up to now. But the teachings of the enlightened one can condition moment of considering what is heard, what is it? Is it true? Is it there? Is it real? For example, sound is real, it's heard. The reality which experience sound must be there, but it does not appear because sound appear. So how can there be clear understanding of the reality which has not yet no form at all, no smell, no taste. But is that just arise and experience the object. And the truth is that no matter the object is known or unknown, the reality which experiences keep on arising from moment to moment, different function. When it does not arise to see, it arises to experience the object which is not known. Is that true in life?
I think so.
See that, and then we learn to understand it little by little until it appears to understanding with direct awareness, because it's so real right now. No matter what one is doing in life, as we take, I go to school, I go to this and that, I buy this, I eat that, it's there. The reality which experiences whatever is there in life. Without it, nothing can arise or be there at all. No cetasika appearing at all. No rupa is experience. And this is life.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there cannot be understanding what is meant by enlightenment, the understanding of the truth, not just hearing, considering, but realizing the truth now as it is. Because the truth must be the truth right now, but it's not known because of ignorance, no hearing about the truth of it at all. So how can there be understanding the reality which experiences an object as no one at all? That's why this is the beginning to understand what is said from the enlightenment, not just remember the meaning and the word, no understanding of what is there now is what he taught from his enlightenment. Is this patient?
I don't. Is this patient? Patient?
To understand the truth that is there now. It can be known. Patience to hear again, consider again,
Yes.
because it's so close, but it's not known.
So, but that is not the most important thing for the moment, is that it is not I who is considering. Considering is considering.
Right understanding has to be from the very beginning until there is a little more confidence of the truth. Until how can one know that there is enough confidence of the truth?
I don't know. I don't know. The confidence is also on itself, isn't it? It's not me who has confidence.
For example, now, is there any confidence of the truth that there is a reality which experiences an object?
I think so, yeah.
So this is the beginning to understand that which now arises and experiences an object, but it's not far away. It's now, but it's not known because no thought about it, without hearing about the truth of it from the enlightened one. And since it's there right now, it can be realized, but not with ignorance, no understanding at all. Just try to realize it. It's impossible because no understanding. But when there is the understanding that all dhammas are so very subtle, because they do not appear as they are now, arising and falling away in split seconds, each one is not the same one from moment to moment. Is that true? Beginning to let go ignorance and wrong understanding, taking it for something permanent as I or something all the time. Quite different, ignorance and understanding.
Yeah.
That's why I learned to understand the difference between the two kinds of reality.
Yeah.
No understanding of what is there as it is at moment of seeing. So there is the wrong understanding as it's I who sees because no one there. But in truth, can seeing be anyone?
No.
And this is the truth that has to be developed more confident until it let go the idea of self gradually, because it has been accumulated quite so long, uncountable years. So it cannot understand instantly what is heard about what is there now, until it develops gradually to understand the absolute truth. What is the truth of this moment? Learn to understand that no one can make it arise at all. It's there already. Like now, we are talking and they're seeing all the time. Who make seeing to arise? Because now we are talking, but seeing is there all the time by conditions. And actually, what is there? Just a reality in a moment appearing, never together. That's why it's so very subtle. What is there as it is, not together with other thing at all. Visible object is seen because it impinges on the eye base.
Yes.
Is it true? What is at the back cannot be seen. It does not impinge on the eye base. So how can it be seen? And how can seeing arise? Even seeing, no one can make it arise.
No.
They cannot be seeing without the eye or without that when it impinge on it. Or anatta. Dhamma is anatta. Means it cannot be anyone, it cannot be taken to be this and that at all. It has its own characteristic. Hardness is hardness, no matter who knows it, as it's a reality, but it's there. We take it for a bed, a chair, a room, a car, everything. But in truth, absolute truth, what is there at moment of touching? What we take for a shoe.
It's consciousness of the body.
That's why I learn to understand and be true to the truth. That's all.
Mm.
And that's right understanding, to understand the truth of what is there, stage by stage. First stage, it is there, right? It appears. No understanding of the truth of it, but learn to understand its truth. What is there? That which is seen can be seen only. It cannot see. It cannot experience anything. But it's only that which can be seen by seeing.
Yeah,
No one.
seeing consciousness.
Learn to understand no one, no self, anatta, deeper and deeper. That is what can be known in this life, gradually, until time comes to realize the truth. From just the moment of beginning to understand, little by little, it can develop onto that stage when there's more truthful to the truth. Satya Bharani. Is there other way?
I don't think so.
That's why be patient, understand what it's meant by Bharani. Without patience, without satya, without panya, there cannot be that moment, realizing the truth of this very moment as it is, arising and falling away by way of nimitta, because it's so very, very rapidly, one after another, by anantarapajya, samanantarapajya. It cannot be changed at all. So panya cannot arise instantly after seeing has fallen away. That's why what is experienced is by way of nimitta. So many moments condition such shape and form to be known as something. Nimitta, condition panyati, to understand what is there as it is, as a table or a spoon, even they are seen, but they're different shape and form. So how many moments of experiencing an object to condition the shape and form to be known as panyati by way of nimitta.
So short, very short.
So each word should be understood carefully too. What is the absolute reality? And what is nimitta? And what is panjati? And what is samutti? And so on. All are real from moment to moment.
But I cannot do very much to understand or to understand it quicker or something. That's all.
How quick,
Yeah.
how quick would you like today?
Quicker than quick.
What would you like to understand now?
Everything.
Can it be everything at once?
No.
So learn to be truthful.
Yeah.
To see the wrong understanding and the right understanding.
Is it right understanding, Ajahn, that I make a that I compare with a team? We have a team of workers, but they have at the moment they work without a chief, without a leader. To
So
me, that's a
understand.
self-leading team. We call it a self-leading team. I see that all the chittas, all the objects of all the dhammas are like a team
Wrong,
without a leader.
wrong theme or right theme.
All right, to see right the process, how it is working. There's
So,
no I as a leader. There's no I as a leader.
so beginning to have confidence of one reality at a time. What is meant by citta, the chief of experiencing an object. See,
Chitta is the seeing, I think.
only seeing, or
Chitta is connected with other things, but main thing is seeing.
and hearing,
Hearing is also a chitta.
and thinking,
Also,
and any moment of whatever appears,
all chitta.
we learn to understand it, but not deep enough,
Is that the leader?
because it does not appear. The object which is experienced appears at that
Yeah.
moment. No understanding of that which experiencing the object, right? So it's there unknown all the time, today, yesterday, tomorrow, and so on. If there's no attention to understand the difference, what is there in life from moment to moment, in order to understand that actually what is there only at moment when it appears cannot be taken for the something or people at all, or anything at all. It's gone, never to arise again. So how can it be something? Because something is like it's there all the time, something there. But in truth, it's not something there. It's just a moment of arising and falling away so rapidly. continuously, so it appears as mass and shape and form to be taken for what is what, as Panchati of the shape and form, as Kun Sarah, Kun Jonathan, and you and I and everyone.
Jyotika, I'd like to just pick up on a few of the points you've mentioned because it may be helpful. So, for example, you mentioned consciousness of the body. So there is consciousness, there is touching, as you mentioned. The touching is chitta, not I am touching, but it's a moment of experiencing. But what is experienced by the touching? What is it that we call the body? Is the body a reality, or what is touched at this moment?
No, the body is a name.
It's just a name. It's just a convenient term to represent actually the different realities that are touched, the hardness, the softness, the heat. So in truth, just as there's no self to be found, there's no body to be found. There are just these different rupas that are experienced, the hardness or the softness. And also when you mentioned about awareness of the process of going on, again, we have to be a little clearer. We're used to thinking of being aware of speaking or aware of touching the body or aware of picking up the glass. But awareness can only be aware of a reality, one reality at a time. And that's why if there's no understanding of what is real, what can be directly known, there cannot be any understanding of what awareness is, what awareness can be aware of with regard to the development of the path. So what is going on is an idea about so many different moments of experiencing, so many realities that are experienced. Like at this moment, what is going on? Seeing is experiencing, hearing is experiencing, thinking about the glass or the people or the speaking. So there can be awareness of seeing, there can be awareness of thinking, there can be awareness of the tangible object, but there cannot be awareness of the conventional idea of what is going on, like picking up the glass or speaking now, because these are not realities. So that's why, as Jan said, we have to discuss one reality at a time in order for understanding and awareness to develop. Otherwise, there's always going to be the wrong idea, the wrong understanding of what awareness can be aware of, what understanding can understand.
Do I understand, Sarah, then that it is on this side, where is the hearing, where is the seeing? That is a reality. But if I say I see Sarah, that is not a reality.
Because the seeing now is real, just the experiencing of what is seen. But what is actually seen at this moment?
There is not a Sarah. That's a
Right.
name. It's a concept.
It's a name. There can be thinking about Sarah, thinking about the shapes, the colors, the patterns,
But that is not a
lips,
reality.
but it's actually just what is visible that is seen, just the visible object, just the colors. But because there are so many visible objects seen, so many, it leads to so many ideas about different shapes and forms. And because of memory, there comes to be the thinking about this pattern, this hair, these features, this one, Sarah or Nina. But actually what is seen now is just what is visible. No one there at all. So it's a dream or a fantasy that I see people, or even that seeing sees people, or seeing sees things. So it's not nothing. No self doesn't mean nothing. It means it's not something and it's not someone. It's just what is visible and it falls away instantly. What is seen now is quite different from a moment ago. It's different at each moment with countless processes of thinking in between.
May I go
And
back?
this,
Okay.
yes, please.
Or may I go back to what is a reality? What is reality and what is not reality then? Reality is seeing. The seeing is reality.
Yes.
The seeing is reality. But if I say I see a form, I see Sarah, that is not reality.
Right.
Then I
It's
do not see
thinking.
reality.
Yes.
That is thinking.
Thinking, yes.
That is perception. Yeah.
Because of memory. So the memory is real. The thinking is real. But what is thought about, I see someone, is just an idea, or the process of going on, awareness of the process of going on. This is an idea. So the reality is that which has a characteristic which can be directly known, which cannot be broken down at all. So seeing is real now. There is seeing at this moment, but I that sees is just an idea, because no I can ever be found. There is no reality of I, just as there's no reality of body.
And the idea is not a reality.
Exactly. So the thinking can be known, but the idea can only be thought about. So it's the object of thinking, but it's not the reality. So there can be understanding of thinking now, but not of the process of going on, or I am speaking, or the consciousness of the body, because these are just ideas, they're not the realities. So by learning and considering more about one reality at a time, this is a way that there is the understanding of the distinction between what is real and what is an idea. And it's only by understanding firmer and firmer, with more and more confidence about what is the reality now, that there can be the gradual letting go of the idea of I, someone or thing, something that is seen, something that is touched. No self doesn't just mean no Jyotika, no Sarah. It means no table that is touched, no body that is experienced, no thing at all, no atta at all.
But the actual appreciation of that truth that Sarah just mentioned at a direct knowledge level only comes about gradually by developed understanding. So unless there has been the direct understanding of these realities that we have heard about from the Buddha's teaching, and we appreciate at an intellectual level, unless there's been direct understanding, then the idea that of no me or no table, or it's only just an idea, cannot actually be directly known. So I think what I'm saying is the same as Ajahn has been saying, and Sarah, that it has to begin with the development of, with the understanding of different realities that may appear from time to time. We cannot just jump to the know me conclusion at the beginning. And this is where patience and confidence comes in, because as you appreciate, understanding can't be developed in a rush.
But understanding cannot be developed by me.
Well, again, I don't know whether that's a question or whether you're saying that with a certain confidence that that's the position.
No, that's a question to get
A question. Well,
to get.
is it the right question to be asking? I just get the impression that you're a bit. There's a slight difficulty in understanding the concept of understanding is not me, which was your original question. And
No, sorry.
And that is not the beginning, is it? The beginning is, what are the realities at the present moment? Because when there's the idea of I see Sarah, yes, it's only thinking, but it's thinking about realities that are being directly experienced. For example, seeing an invisible object are happening as we understand it. That is the basis for the idea that I see Sarah. But it's only when there is some level of understanding of those realities that there can be any meaningful appreciation of the idea that it's not, that it's just an idea, that it is an idea rather than the reality, because it is the conventional reality and we're used to thinking of the world in those terms.
I just want to say a little small point, like when you was Jyotika, when you were saying understand by me, first of all, there's no me, there's no one at all, they are just Dhamma only. So to understand that it's all just Dhamma. So maybe you confuse, like I think the term used by me, so I'm not sure whether you're confused.
I try to be more clear about what is the no self, so that all the time I discover that I think there's no me, but then I discover that it is me.
So it's only by hearing more about the different realities and considering that it is just seeing now, which sees and so on, that there's going to be more confidence that, as you mentioned earlier, that there really is no you that can do anything to develop understanding or understand quicker at all. No one there to see, no one there to hear, no one there to understand, no one to be aware, because these different dhammas just arise by conditions and fall away. So as understanding develops, there is less and less idea of I doing anything at all, but it's so deeply rooted. That's why there are no quick shortcuts at all. The understanding has to develop on and on.
But then it becomes clear that it's not I who is understanding.
Exactly.
And can you say then who is understanding? That is consciousness is understanding, or
understanding itself that understands.
Understanding.
Yes.
Okay.
And understanding is not nothing and it's not no one. It's the reality which arises by conditions, understands for a moment and is gone. And the clinging to understanding is another reality which arises by conditions and is gone and hinders that understanding.
I understand.
And Jyotika, like when we think that there is we and all that, and there's me, I'm trying to do and all that, and actually that also no I, that's a Dhamma, wrong view of Dhamma, not you. So yeah, to understand that there's no you at all in it, there's no anyone, anything, it's just all Dhamma.
Thank you.
But also just a final comment that the idea that every time there's the thought of I, it must be a wrong view, I think is not something we need to worry about. I noticed you said, "Oh, I understand," and then caught yourself as though that was something that shouldn't come to one's mind. But this is not the case. What is the wrong view is the underlying idea of a self, rather than the use of terms like I and me and you and he and she. So the use of those terms doesn't necessarily indicate underlying wrong view. So we don't have to hesitate about the thought like I'm thirsty or I think I'll get a drink, anything like that. It's just conventional. It's just the formulation of an idea in conventional terms, not necessarily an expression of underlying wrong view.
Yes. Thank you, John.
So is anyone speaking now, Jyotika?
Sarah.
So actually, they're just the different moments of thinking. And as Ajahn was mentioning at the beginning, sometimes there's thinking, but no words said. But sometimes the thinking and the intention to speak or convey a meaning conditions the rupas to move, to change. And so we call it speaking. So actually there are just different citas and cetasikas and rupas which are conditioned. No one there at all, no one that is thinking, no one that is speaking at all, no one that is making the rupas arise. Sometimes there may be the intention to speak, but no sounds come out. So we see each reality arises by its conditions, not nothing, but not anyone and not anything. Okay, I think it's almost time. Maybe Ajahn would like to just add a last few words.
Is understanding a reality?
Yeah, I think.
What does it understand?
Understanding understands whatever is there.
Not order just now. What does it understand?
That there is a lot to learn.
One reality at a time to be understood.
Oh, one reality at a time to be understood. Okay.
Is there now this moment?
One reality to be understood.
Yes, what is that? That understanding understands. So it's just the idea about understanding, right? But what is there? Understanding, is it a reality? Is it real? In order to know whether it's real, there must be the understanding of its nature. What is it? No matter we talk about understanding or ignorance or attachment, not just understanding, but what does it understand? Can it be understanding when there's nothing it understands?
Yes, I think. There is
So now, what does it understand?
that's just is an action. Then it needs something to understand, I think. But
Is there anything to be understood now?
I really don't know.
So understanding does not know what is to be understood.
Yeah, maybe.
So it's not understanding because it does not know what it understands.
Yeah.
So it's not understanding at all, right?
Yeah. That is not understanding.
So
yeah.
when it's not understanding, what is it? Is it there? Is it a reality which cannot understand?
Yeah, it's also a reality.
What is it?
Ignorance
Ignorance,
or a wrong view or
not wrong view,
Hmm.
because at that moment it's ignorance which cannot understand, but wrong will understand wrongly, right?
yeah,
Not right understanding.
yeah, yeah.
The I or reality is a reality. Right understanding is right understanding, and wrong understanding is wrong understanding.
Yeah, reality.
No me, no I, no you, right?
Yeah,
And that is Dhamma, or which are real Dhamma, different ones. So I think that's time now. Sawadee ka.
sadhu, sadhu,
So